just had dinner with a couple of my students, and all of them are still trying hard to get started with their career. And obviously, it's really not easy to get started on their career during this COVID era. Well, one of them wants to get a job in marketing, and he had some interview opportunities with foreign companies like, L'Oreal Korea. But, when jobs like that open, more than thousands of people would apply, and the competition is just too high. And one of them wants to become a flight attendant, and actually her major is aviation services. She had literally put 4 years of her time just to become a flight attendant. But you know how it's like. All the airlines are barely surviving, so she's not getting her chance of becoming a flight attendant either this year or next year. So I really feel sorry for her. And while listening to their stories, I felt like I have to share some words of wisdom to cheer them up, but I didn't want to sound like that broken record, No, it's going to be fine, it's going to be all right. And I don't even know whether it's going to be fine or not. So I just decided to share some of my stories, some of my difficulties that I've been going through in 2020. I just wanted to let them know that it's not only them who's going through or having rough times right now. I mean, we all are going through hard times. So this is my story. Well, first of all, I lost my job. For the past 15 years, I've been working as an English teacher in Korea. I've hosted English programs on EBS, which is an educational broadcasting system in Korea, on their TV and their radio. And I had so many students just flooding into my classes. But COVID changed everything. I mean, we're under a strict restriction by the government, so there's no way I can have students in my classroom, so I can't meet my students in person that often anymore. But we humans always find a way to survive. And that is when Zoom appeared. And now I'm holding classes on Zoom. And at first, it wasn't easy, I'm telling you. It was really hard to get used to the whole system and, using all those features. But now I'm used to it. And you know what? Some of my students even love it. They like the fact that they don't have to spend time on the road, going back and forth on the road for like maybe 2 or sometimes 3 hours. And they can just, take my classes in the convenience of their home. So I guess people can just adjust to the environment. And secondly, I've been in a long distance relationship for the whole pandemic period. And do you know what it's like? Well, I usually don't like to talk about my personal relations openly, but I think this is one of the things I really have to talk about when it comes to talking about the hardships during the pandemic situation. Well, my boyfriend is living in Taiwan and I'm living in Korea, and you know what that means. Ever since I canceled my flight in March, well, that was the last time I saw him. I mean, it was February when I last saw him, and we haven't seen each other until now. We've been having those cyber dates on Zoom, and we FaceTime each other. We play games, online games together, and we drink together, eat together on Zoom, and we try to stay connected, but it's really not easy to do all this. It's really hard to keep the relationship going in the cyberspace during this pandemic. So yeah, that was one of the toughest things. And lastly, I would like to tell you that I am a cancer patient. Well, actually, I'm a cancer survivor. In 2017, I was diagnosed with cancer, and ever since then, I became a health freak, an exercise freak, and I'm very cautious about staying healthy. So I do all kinds of exercises like weightlifting, yoga, squash, golf, you name it. But, these days the gym is closed, so I cannot go to the gym anymore. And squash is also an indoor activity, so I can't play squash anymore. So, I'm stuck at home. When you're trying to exercise at home, it feels like, it's not good enough. It's not active enough. So in the beginning, it was really hard to force myself to do it. Nowadays, I made it a routine, and now I'm working out 3 to 4 times a week. And sometimes I'm even working out 7 days a week. So I think I'm doing good with that too. If I have to talk about all the bad things that happened during COVID, my list goes on and on and on. But let me talk about some good things that happened in my life. And one of them is that, I have a new sister. Yes. Actually, I have a brother and he got married this year in 2020. Yup. So I had to wear a mask during his wedding and we were taking this family photo and I was the only one. My mom, my dad, my brother, and my sister-in-law, they were all not wearing masks, but I was the only one wearing mask in that picture. So that's going to look a little weird when I see it. But anyway, now I have a new sister-in-law. And they've been dating for more than 10 years. And actually, my new sister-in-law, she is my colleague. So we've been working together. So a lot of people around us, were not asking them, but they were asking me, when are they getting married? And, I've been getting these questions all the time. So now I won't be getting those questions. And I'm very happy that one of my, close friends and one of my coworkers is becoming my sister. So it has become my sister. So I'm really happy about that. And secondly, I have more babies in my life. Yeah, I don't have kids of my own, but my friends, they all have sons and daughters. And one of my colleagues, very close friend, colleague, Sunny, got married earlier in 2020, and now she's pregnant, and she's going to deliver a baby next year. So I'm very happy, whether it's son or daughter. Sunny, I'm telling you, your baby's English education is in my hand now. So don't worry, but really congratulations. I believe you both will become great parents for the baby. COVID has changed everything for me, for you, and for every one of us. It has changed the whole world, and they say there's no way we're going back to how we used to live in the past. But I think we can't just give up on our day-to-day lives and have this sting effect on everything that we've been working so hard for. We just have to make some twists and turns and make adjustments so we can live on with our lives. Just look on the bright side. I just hope you guys remember that you guys are not going through this alone. It's happening to each and every one of us. You're going through it, I'm going through it, but it's gonna get to an end, okay? The end is coming. We're gonna get the vaccines, we're gonna be able to travel, and you guys are gonna be able to get jobs. So don't worry, stay put. We will overcome this situation. We shall overcome. So cheers.